Alright guys, this is part 6. In this video, by the end of the video I will have this engine bay and primer. I have a few more items I have to either tape off or remove before I can do that, so I'm going to go through the last remaining pieces that I need to get removed from the engine bay, and then I'll go through the process of just cleaning the surface down and then get ready to prime.
Everything works. It's cool. Throttle cable and clutch cable. So it's going to go up. This whole area is cleared out. Just going to vacuum that shop back. I'm going to tape that all off. And this side's done. Everything here will be taped, ready to paint, prime. This side, I'm going to try and get this AC shit out of here. And the ECU connector and those two fuel lines. Get this side kind of cleaned up, ready for primer. My AC tool, top line out. This one that has the B on it. It's the size to use. The way I do it, slide it in behind it. And then with a pry bar like this, or crow's foot, right in, so the tool goes all the way in. It has to go all the way in. It won't work. All the way in. Got it from the bottom. Just like popping off the fuel on it. So it's all the way in. I push in and then out. These are the two seals you're going to want to replace when you put them back in. Or here's the C. Yep. So I'm going to get it all the way in. I guess just a little bit, just make sure it's all the way in there. Breaking a little bit. Push. Oh, this one. Right out, and you get two rubber O-rings. Again, you want to replace these when you put it back in. Alright, so I got the two AC lines removed. Tape this off. This bracket went into that stud right there with that nut. So I undid that, put the nut back on. Got some fuel lines. In and out. Definitely gonna redo those O-rings. So I'm gonna try and stuff all this into that hole, into the wheel well, and hopefully get some more room in here, and then it'll be pretty much done. Just start taping everything off. I am gonna pop these off maybe tomorrow, so I can paint underneath this. And yeah, should be good to go. So let me stuff this in here, and I'll get back to this. I got 2 fuel lines, this bracket. Come on, bracket. Get in there. Get in there. Nice. Alright, 2 fuel lines. So these 2 fuel lines, sorry, have these little plastic retaining clips. Take a little screwdriver here. I'm going to pop this out. So the clips popped out. I guess I gotta pop that clip out all the way. That's out. So this should just boom, came right out. So there's this line with this end on it into this fuel line. So the one closer to the middle of the engine bay. Okay. So we got one more. Let's see. What type of style is this? I think this, you just squeeze in the plastic tab there and there with like needle nose or something, and I think it just pulls right out. So let me try that. And yeah, that was pretty much all I did. I squeezed 2 sides, sorry, of this plastic clip and basically squeezed it in like this, and then the line just pulled right off. And that's for this braided steel line that came with the Vortex supercharger kit. So definitely hold on to that. Alright, so this corner's looking mint now. Clean this out. Scuff it down with a red Scotch-Brite, and this is ready for primer. I'm going to take these off, pop these out. We're good. Alright, this engine bay is going to get painted today. Well, at least some primer. I'm going to scuff it down with red Scotch-Brite. Blow off all the dust, and then wipe it down with some wax and grease remover. Wipe it again with a wipe all rag. And then prime it. Try to cover these fenders in the windshield. But other than that, I'm going to prime it. prep ball. Swipe everything down. Alright. 2K primer. And the activator for it. Mix it 4-to-1. There. What do I do? Do I do it hack and pack style? Just mix it in a cup like a dick? No. It's 4-to-1. So I'm gonna go probably to 3. So do 3 of the primer. And then that 3, that's the first 3 for primer, and then fill the rest up to this one with the activator.
Give you guys another shot of the action. There we go. 3 coats.
Not bad. And remember, once everything's all back together, the engine's in, you're only gonna see like from here up of the strut tower. You're not gonna see any of this stuff down here. Covered in, you know, wires, hoses, fuse boxes, battery. You're not gonna see any of this, but this will kind of help preserve the metal. Alright, so again, I'm going to go over the steps I took to get the engine bay to this step so far. So basically, I vacuumed out the entire engine bay, blew it out with compressed air, power washed it, and then I just took a red Scotch-Brite and a bucket of water with 1/3 white vinegar and the 2/3 water, and just used that and scrubbed down the entire engine bay with the red Scotch-Brite soaked in that water vinegar mix. After that, let it sit for a few hours, and then I took a bucket of clean water and again scrubbed everything down with the red Scotch-Brite with just the water to help neutralize the vinegar. After that, I again blew it out with compressed air, and then I wiped it down with wax and grease remover, which something like this will work. Wipe the entire engine bay down with it, and then I wiped it again with a white ball rag, which is like a lint-free, it's tack-free, and it gets all the dust off. And then I laid it down with 2K urethane primer and give it about 3 coats. And this is where we're at right now. Probably a week later. Just started making sure all the tape was off and everything. Still have a few more areas to get. But it came out pretty good, and I sprayed it right in here in the garage with this cheap primer gun. I'm talking $30. Alright, so the engine bay is done for now. Time to start working on the body. And I think this fender is the first one.